London, 1969. Diana Rigg, star of The Avengers. British television icon, trained in stage combat, sits in a London restaurant with a film producer. He's just returned from Hong Kong and says, "There's a Chinese martial artist named Bruce Lee making waves. Very fast, very skilled. I'm thinking of bringing him to London for a film project with you." Diana's intrigued. "What kind of project?" Producer, "Action film. You've done stage combat for years." He's done real martial arts his whole life. It could be groundbreaking. British elegance meets Chinese martial arts. The meeting is arranged for 1970. But what happens when East meets West will shock both of them. This is 1969-1970. Diana Rigg is 31. At peak fame from The Avengers, 1965 to 1968, playing Emma Peel, the leather-clad judo-trained British spy who became feminist icon. She's just finished filming on Her Majesty's Secret Service 1969. As the only woman who married James Bond, she's trained in theatrical stage combat, fencing, basic judo for TV roles. Bruce Lee is 29, teaching martial arts in Los Angeles. Just finished playing Kato in Green Hornet, 1966-1967, trying to break into films as leading man. A British producer wants to bring them together for a UK-Hong Kong co-production action film. They meet in Los Angeles. 1970. What happens during their encounter reveals cultural clash, mutual respect, and why the film never got made. Diana Rigg is born Doncaster, England. 1938. Trained at Royal Academy of Dramatic Art Classical Theatre. Shakespeare. Stage combat with swords and fencing. 1965. Cast as Emma Peel in The Avengers. The role requires physical action. Diana trains in basic judo, stage fighting. Learns to make TV combat look real without actually hitting. Emma Peel becomes cultural phenomenon, intelligent, independent woman who fights villains in stylish leather catsuits. Diana does many of her own stunts, judo throws, choreographed fights, physical confrontations, but Diana knows it's theatrical, choreographed, safe, designed for camera, not real martial arts. As classically trained actress, she respects the performance aspect, but understands the limitation. 1968. Diana leaves The Avengers at height of fame. 1969. Plays Tracy Bond in On Her Majesty's Secret Service, only Bond girl to marry 007. Tragic death at film's end. Early 1970. British producer approaches Diana with unusual project. Action film pairing her with Chinese-American martial artist Bruce Lee. East-West production, combining British sophistication with Hong Kong action cinema. Los Angeles. 1970. Diana Rigg arrives in LA for meetings. The producer arranges for her to meet Bruce Lee at his martial arts school. Diana arrives professional, curious. She's done stage combat for years, knows how to make fighting look good on camera. She expects to meet fellow performer who understands theatrical combat. Bruce greets her warmly. "Miss Rigg, I'm honored. I watched The Avengers. Your Emma Peel is iconic. The way you move on screen is excellent." Diana gracious. "Thank you. Mr. Lee, I've heard remarkable things about your martial arts skills and your work on the Green Hornet." They discuss the potential film project. Producer wants action film where Diana and Bruce fight together against villains, combining British spy elegance with martial arts authenticity. Diana explains her background. "I've trained in stage combat, fencing, basic judo for television. It's theatrical, designed to look good on camera, not actual fighting. I understand the performance aspect well." Bruce responds, "I respect theatrical combat, but I want to show real martial arts on film, actual techniques, real speed, genuine power. Not fake, not exaggerated, authentic." Diana intrigued. "How do you film real martial arts safely?" Bruce, "Control, precision, real techniques but pulled contact. The movement is authentic, the impact is controlled. Could you demonstrate? Bruce invites Diana to training area. His students watching. Bruce explains, in your stage combat training, you learn to make fake strikes look real on camera. In martial arts, we do opposite, make real techniques safe for camera through control. He asks Diana to throw a stage combat punch, the kind she does on the Avengers. Diana demonstrates telegraphed wind-up. Slow extension, obvious fake punch designed for camera angles. Bruce, effective for theater. But real fighting looks different. May I show you? Diana agrees. Bruce demonstrates real punch, straight lead, no telegraph, explosive speed. Stops 1 inch from Diana's face. So fast Diana barely sees it coming. Diana startled. That was extraordinary. I didn't see any preparation. It just appeared. Bruce, no wasted motion. Direct path. Economy of movement. That's real martial arts. He asks if Diana wants to try basic exercise, simple drill, to feel difference between stage combat and real martial arts movement. They practice basic technique. Bruce showing Diana proper stance, alignment, movement. Diana is athletic, learns quickly, but realizes immediately how different this is from stage combat. After 20 minutes, Diana is respectful. This is completely different from what I've trained. Stage combat is about performance, camera angles, theatrical impact. What you do is about actual combat efficiency. Both valid, but fundamentally different approaches. Bruce appreciates her understanding. Exactly. For our film to work, we'd need to bridge these approaches, your theatrical elegance combined with martial arts authenticity. Over next weeks, they discuss the project further. The cultural and stylistic differences become apparent. British producers want theatrical elegance. Diana's sophisticated fighting style from the Avengers. Witty dialogue, stylized action. Bruce wants authentic martial arts, real techniques. Philosophical depth. Minimal dialogue during fight scenes. Diana understands both perspectives. The Avengers works because it's stylized, almost balletic. Your martial arts works because it's authentic, powerful. Combining them requires careful balance. Bruce agrees. If we make it too theatrical, it loses martial arts authenticity. If we make it too realistic, it loses the entertainment and style that makes Emma Peel iconic. They also face practical challenge, their physical differences. Diana is 5'7", trained in graceful stage combat. Bruce is 5'7" but trained in explosive martial arts. Their movement languages are different. Diana honest. I would need months of intensive martial arts training to move the way you do. And even then, I'd be learning theatrical version, not authentic practice. Bruce equally honest. And I would need to soften my martial arts for theatrical presentation, which goes against my goal of showing real techniques on film. Despite project challenges, Diana and Bruce develop mutual respect. Diana later in 1971 interview, Bruce Lee is remarkable. What he does isn't acting, it's authentic martial arts, adapted for camera. I respect that completely. We come from different traditions. I'm theatrical performer, he's martial artist who performs. Both valid but different. Bruce in 1972 interview mentions Diana. Diana Rigg is true professional. She understands the difference between stage combat and martial arts, respects both. Our film project didn't work out because we couldn't bridge our different approaches, but I respect her craft enormously. The film never gets made. Cultural differences, stylistic conflicts, scheduling issues, the project dissolves, but their brief interaction represents important moment. East meeting West, theatrical combat meeting martial arts. Two professionals respecting each other's different approaches. 1973, Bruce dies. Diana continues illustrious career, Game of Thrones, 2013 to 2017. As Olenna Tyrell revives her career in her 70s. Years later, Diana occasionally mentions the almost film with Bruce Lee. It would have been groundbreaking if we'd found the right balance. Bruce wanted to show authentic martial arts. I wanted to maintain theatrical elegance. Neither of us was wrong, we just couldn't bridge the gap in early 1970s. Perhaps if we'd had more time. Better script, different circumstances. The meeting represents roads not taken in cinema history. What if British sophistication and Chinese martial arts had merged successfully in 1970? How would action cinema have evolved differently? Diana Rigg proved women could be action heroes through theatrical combat. Bruce Lee proved martial artists could be film stars through authentic techniques. Both were pioneers, just on different paths. Diana Rigg and Bruce Lee met in 1970, discussed film project, demonstrated their different approaches, stage combat versus martial arts, respected each other professionally, couldn't bridge the cultural and stylistic gap. The film never happened, but their meeting shows how different, valid approaches to screen fighting can be, and how mutual respect matters even when collaboration doesn't work out. London, 1969. A producer had a vision. Combine British spy elegance with Chinese martial arts. 1970. Diana Rigg met Bruce Lee in Los Angeles. Two professionals from different worlds. Theatrical combat met real martial arts. Mutual respect but incompatible approaches. The film never happened. Bruce died in 1973. Diana became legend in Game of Thrones decades later. The meeting that almost changed action cinema. This is the true documented story of the collaboration that couldn't bridge East and West.